Okay, this is special products. So basically here we're looking at some tips that can make you do things a little bit quicker. You can recognize some patterns that are going to be the same every time. And I'm going to point out some of the common mistakes. So it would be a good idea to watch this. Try to memorize this stuff, because when we are factoring, then we're going to go back to some of these things, and it'll be important to do that. So we have the three different types of special products. We have the square of a sum. So remember, a product is multiplication. Square of a sum, see, it's a plus b, so you're adding two things. That's like number one. I add these two things. Number two, square of a difference. A difference is a subtraction, so this is like number two. And then letter E is a product of a sum and a difference. So right here, this is a sum, this is a difference. Notice how the terms are the exact same. So first I'm going to show you how to do it the long way, and then help you see if you can multiply it out. Now the first thing you don't want to do is this. A lot of people will do it that way, and this is wrong. It's the most common mistake. Do not do it this way. You can't multiply the exponents because there is a plus sign. Something squared means something times itself. So it needs to be written like this, and I'm going to multiply every term like we did in the previous lesson. So 3x times 3x, and 3x times 5, and then 5 times 3x, and 5 times 5. So I have 9x squared plus 15x plus 15x plus 25. I have some like terms here. 9x squared plus 30x plus 25. Okay, so hopefully you remember how to do that, but let's look at why this is the square of a sum. First thing, we look at the square of a sum, a and b. So this is a, 3x, and 5 would be b. Square of a sum says my answer is going to be a squared, so a times itself. So 3x times 3x, which is 9x squared. Okay, so that's part of my answer, because the first thing you do is multiply those two. It also says I'm going to have 2 multiplied by a and multiplied by b. So if I take 3x times 5 times 2, I get 30x, because I do 3x times 5, which is here and here, and then I do 3x times 5 times 3x. So I have 2 of those, so it's going to be 30x. And then the last one says b squared, and that's 5 times 5, which is 25. Okay, so recognizing these can help you get your answers a little quicker. Will also be helpful whenever we're talking about factoring. Let's look at the second one. Second one is the square of a difference. So first thing I'm going to do is write it out this way. Do not make it x squared minus 3 squared. Do not do this. It's the most common mistake. And I'm going to use my formula up here to solve this. And I can do it a little bit quicker. So I know this is a and this is b. Alright, so it says a squared, so that's x squared, okay, minus 2 times a, which is x, and b, which is 3. In this case, you don't make this a negative 3, you leave that as a minus, that's right here. And then plus b squared, which is 3 squared. So now all I need to do is simplify. X squared minus 6x plus 9. Now you can multiply that out to get the answer. I have x minus 3, so x times x squared, plus negative 3x, plus negative 3x, plus 9. Then I have two of these, so x squared plus a negative 6x plus 9. So you can multiply it out like regular binomial. Just want to show you that you can use that formula and get it a little bit quicker. And let's look at number 3. Okay, this might be the most important one. Excuse me. So here is A. A is 3n and B is 2. So see, I have A plus B and A minus B. So the answer is A squared, so 3n times 3n, minus B squared, which is 2 times 2. So 9n squared minus 4. There's my answer. Now I'm going to show you how that works by multiplying it out the long way. 3n plus 2, 3n, and instead of minus 2, I'm going to plus a negative 2. So I do 3n times 3n, which is 9n squared. Then I do 3n times a negative 2, which is negative 6n. I have to do the same thing with the 2. So 2 times 3n is 6n. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. I will have a negative 6n and a positive 6n. Those are like terms which will cancel out. So 9n squared plus negative 4. Especially make sure you look at this example on number 3 and then try to recognize these so it can help your speed.